The Air Force Sergeants Association was founded in 1961 by 4 NCOs, Benny McGehee, Lee Thompson, Virgil Perry, and Don Ward, who saw a need for an association that could represent and take on the issues that were affecting the force at the time. The mission of AFSA is to advocate for the quality of life and economic fairness for the total enlisted force, to include our active, Guard, and Reserve members, as well as their families.
AFSA is about supporting airmen and their families. That's the bottom line. When we support the airmen, we're supporting the Air Force. And AFSA is so relevant to today's airmen.
My children grew up in AFSA. AFSA has been a family to us that we have really enjoyed and appreciated.
Fraternity is one of the pillars of AFSA, and it provides an opportunity and an environment where camaraderie and mentorship can occur between the many generations of our membership.
From E1 to E9, I've seen it impact people's careers, to an outstanding level. I can think of times from a young airman being involved with Chief Master Sergeants that I would never be able to talk to as an Airman First Class in the Air Force otherwise.
I always found leadership in the organization. I found leadership at different levels. I was a young, probably staff sergeant at the time, and I always, I'd be with these chiefs and master sergeants that were giving advice on how to lead and how to motivate airmen. And for me, it was just one of those things where I could go to the organization, feel comfortable, and feel as if I was contributing to something larger than myself as well.
As senior Air Force leaders in Congress work to make budgets fit within constrained fiscal environments, it's important to have someone focused on the impacts legislation and decisions will have on airmen, veterans, and their families. That someone is AFSA. We're committed to speaking up on behalf of the enlisted force to our elected officials and our Air Force leaders to make sure that they understand the impacts of the decisions they make as we move forward.
The Air Force Sergeants Association, as I've said continuously, is here to educate members of Congress. You bring that real-world perspective, you bring the credibility, and you come here to explain what the impact is on individual airmen, the impact that it has on them, their family, their readiness. And by coming here, they're far too busy defending this nation. They can't come here individually, but with that collective voice of understanding, when you walk in a member of Congress office and say, I'm here representing hundreds of thousands of airmen and women across this world that are defending us, and here are their concerns, somebody listens.
As a congressionally chartered association, an honor bestowed upon only a few organizations, we focus on many issues to include pay and benefits, education, transportation allowances, cost of living allowances for retirees, veterans benefits, health care, caring for survivors, and the list goes on.
The Air Force Sergeants Association is our enlisted voice.
In order for you to be successful in today's Air Force, you need a voice that's going to advocate on your behalf.
Ultimately, being part of this organization means part of something bigger than ourselves.
We need your help. As our national leaders balance priorities and budgets, it's more important than ever that our collective voice be heard. Join AFSA today and be part of the conversation.